Says what? I need at least 7.
No! Stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Ah!
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 45 of Bards and Nobles, the podcast where we down drinks and discharge dice with dragons and dungeons. I'm Brian, the Dungeon Master, and tonight I'm joined by...
Aaron Williams playing Baron von Beauregard, the 6th, the Human Ranger.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Alrighty.
Charles Nelson playing Max Stormblade, the Human Paladin.
Hello, brothers. I am Anthony Boyd, playing Gritz Grundel, and I know Dewey.
Don't way off this podcast.
Spit on him.
You done? Trey O'Neill playing Flint McShrimpton.
Let me sing you the song of my people.
I don't want to do memes. I'm going to shoot myself in the face.
And I'm Andrew Danon. I will be playing Elon Musket, the Warforged Gunsmith.
All right, who's doing a recap?
That would be me.
Okay.
I rolled a 4. So the last time that we were on this podcast making fools of ourselves, we had set out on an adventure, I guess, to go find the Grotto. We were supposed to meet, what was his name? Gugong or whatever? Gruurk. In the Grotto. So we started making our way through the sewers because
we ran off our help.
Yep. And Grits had some information on how to get there from one of his contacts.
Are you saying I knew the way?
You knew the way. Not everybody. So anyway, and that's it. Now we're going to stop and not come back to the podcast ever.
Rock falls from the sky and all of you named Grits dies.
I'm just glad you got his name right and I didn't die.
My dying breath, I yell.
I think that's all of them. So we were making our way through the sewers. We came across some, I don't know, poorly laid traps, I guess, that we fell for. And we murked a mama wolf senselessly, and her 3 cubs and human cub,
her feral child.
Yeah, her feral
man
child.
Cub.
I believe it's called man cub. Yeah, we had to take care of them. So Kibe's got one of the puppies.
Yeah.
The other 2 puppies and the child were being taken back to somewhere by Max and Barrett. So that's where we left off.
All right, so Baron and Max, you guys are navigating your way back out of the sewer. Go ahead and both of you give me a survival check. Just knowing your way around, trying to figure out.
11.
22.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough. It's just a simple backtrack. You're able to remember each of the turns you took, the crosses you made, and the marks that you guys left on your way up or into the sewers. And you find yourself at the ladder that you initially fell down at. Night sky is still above. The sewers are quiet. At this point, the man cub and the wolves have all been rocked to sleep by your rhythmic gait through the sewers. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Well, we have to deliver this child to some type of caretaker, an orphanage or religious organization that's accepting that responsibility.
Lucky Lose might take them.
If you can find another dire wolf.
Or
I hear they raise these things.
if we can't find an organization, we can perhaps ask the refugees if they'll take them in.
That's always a good idea. Well,
here's some more refugees for you to take care of.
Yeah.
2. Hey, they can be guard dogs.
I know that you are a prophet of Bahamut. Are there any of your organization that reside in this city?
I don't think so. Let me check my memory.
We're not paying attention.
Gotcha.
The refugees are it.
Do a what check?
History.
All right. 5.
You don't know shit.
No, you're pretty sure that all of the churches of Bahamut were either burned down or closed down.
Yeah, I think all my churches were destroyed.
Well, then, seems the only obvious choice is to take him to the authorities. The authorities are going to be able to connect him to some type of social structure that might sort this problem out.
All right, let's do it.
All right. We head in the direction of the nearest police headquarters.
Oh, you guys you climbed out of the sewers at this
We
point.
climb out of the sewers.
All right. As you get out into the night, the street that you're on is empty. Night has already fallen, and off way in the distance, you see bright lights coming from the Colosseum that kind of towers over the nearby structures. And just by the loud cheering, the random sparks of fireworks and yells, it seems the game is in full swing. And looking around, most of the population is you probably around in that area. Just looking up and down the street, it's pretty empty. You look over and you see from underneath an awning is an older man he's rubbing his eyes and looking over, and he calls out and he's like, "Hey, the hell y'all doing with that kid?" And then you look back and you see the little kid just kind of like pop his head up out of your backpack.
That's how the man is like, "We're on the king's business."
He starts reaching for something in his pack behind him.
We turn and we leave.
No kings around here. Hey, stop it. And he starts making his way towards you as he pulls out a crossbow.
Okay.
Time to kill an innocent old man.
Shoot him.
Citizen, what can we assist you with?
Did you just turn into RoboCop?
What is the nature of your emergency?
He says, "Oh, 2 grown men coming out of the sewers with that there kid. I don't like it. Put him down.
And I
Put your sword down."
and I flick my jewel on him.
He says, "Do it. I'm going to shoot. Dude, get away from that kid."
It sounds like you're able to offload this kid on this dude.
Right?
What do you want this child for?
This random dude on the street? I don't think so.
I mean,
He's like, "You're calling me random? You 2 gentlemen just crawled out of the sewer of that manhole right there, and you got a kid."
That man's hole.
And I'm telling you, we are the Dawnguard on business with the king. We serve the crown, and you would do well to stay out of this endeavor.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
This endeavor.
14.
The sewer child endeavor.
what we do with kids in the
Got our
sewer.
title.
Yeah.
All right. He says, "I don't know what that means, but I don't like it. And I don't like the way you look with that shiny thing on your head. And there's no king around here.
Okay.
I'm giving you the count to 3, or I will fire.
On.
1.
Look, we just found this orphan, and we're trying to turn him over to the authorities so he could potentially have shelter or a home or something.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Man, it's a good thing to say, Charles. Too bad you didn't say that first.
It's almost as if you should do the talking.
You said persuasion?
Yeah.
17.
Oh!
Pretty good.
You
Shot
can
the
see, he says,
Gotcha.
He says, "Well, all right. I reckon everything's closed right now, but you just set him down and walk away, and I'll go back to my business."
Well,
I'd like to do an insight check on this guy.
I've got a capital idea, sir.
All right.
After he does his insight check.
What's his business with the child? Creepy old man.
7.
Seems legit.
Seems like a legit.
He seems earnest in what he's saying, and like he really does just I mean, you guys have to admit it's kind of sketchy what you guys look like right now. And so he's just trying to, I don't know, be a good Samaritan.
I've got a capital idea, old chap. How about you escort us to the local authorities?
It's like, you keep saying local authorities. Are you new to Dragon Maw, son?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Is there some type of organization that might take in an orphan of this nature?
Of this feral nature.
he says, well, I don't know of any organisms, but I know my sister will take care of them.
Glad someone thought that was funny.
Just put the kid in the box and be gone.
Is his sister a nickname for something?
God, we're in Dragon's Maw, not Walker County.
What district are we in at the moment?
Oh my god. No, there's no math labs here. Hawkwind Heights.
We're in Hawkwind Heights, and who is
That's a fancy
the
place.
leading house in Hawkwind Heights?
Isn't that the band that sings Ohio's for Lovers? No, it's Hawthorne Heights. My bad.
That would be the Dire Horde. They're the ones with the gray wolf skull.
The cat nappers.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell the man that we have.
Dude, they'd love a feral kid.
Well,
And
we
the
have
pups.
relations with the carnal horde.
Yeah,
So
you do.
we were planning on delivering him to.
He said, "You're not taking him anywhere near them freaks," and he attacks you.
All right,
It's about goddamn time.
Murk him.
What's your
16.
16? Yeah, it flies wide, and as he right before he fires, he kind of burps really loud, and you can see he's struggling. He drops the crossbow. And he's trying to put another bolt in.
Gotcha.
You guys give me initiative.
You guys are going to have to find homes for his kids now.
They're just collecting orphans as they go through the city.
And then making more orphans. Good news, guys. We returned the orphan to the orphanage. The bad news is we filled up the orphanage. We're going to have to start a new orphanage.
What's your roll?
16.
19.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you guys have. He's fiddling with
Gotcha.
his crossbow bolt.
I'm going
Struggling
to
pretty
use my
hard.
first attack to throw my net on him.
Okay. What's your range on your net?
5 to 15 feet.
Okay, we'll say you're close enough. You're at 15 feet.
Move within 15 feet.
16.
You net him.
All right.
He says, "Dadgummit,
Yeah, blast it.
Gotcha.
is there a net off me?"
And then I'm going to use my short sword.
Mhm.
I want to do a subduing attack to trip him and put him on the ground.
Okay.
You hamstring him. He's dead.
He cut his artery in his thigh and he bleeds
A
out.
10 hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay.
You use the broadside of your sword and just kind of take his back leg out. And he's just like, "Oh, my balance." And he falls over.
Oh, my balance.
Jumping Jehoshaphat.
And he's just he's on his back like a turtle, just fiddling with his net. He's like, "Oh, help me! Somebody help! Our authorities!"
Our authorities.
I say, are you new to Dragon's Maw?
No, he doesn't break out. He's just like, "I don't know what you freaks are planning on doing with that kid, but don't do it. Rethink it. Run, little man, run."
You don't want us to take him to an orphanage? I'm confused.
Max, what would you have us do?
I guess I kick the crossbow away from him, and then
So you'd kick him.
That's what I thought. It was like,
No, my crossbow.
and
I like that he narrates everything. That's how old miners talk.
I was going to use that.
and I'm like, all right, Baron, let's get out of here before this guy causes us more trouble.
Well, I got to retrieve my net.
Oh, you got a dilemma now.
Set him free.
Here.
You look over at him.
Are we out of initiative?
He looks rabid, like he's ready to bite at whoever comes near the net.
Foaming at the mouth.
We out of initiative.
I mean, what do you want to do?
I want to cut off a piece of my rope and tie him up and just leave him off to the side.
Okay. Yeah. So you start tying him up.
All right.
Are you knocking him out first, or is he gonna have a chance to struggle?
He's going to have a chance to struggle. I'm not going to beat
All
the
right,
guy.
give me an
senseless.
athletics check to hold him down.
All right.
Feisty old man.
Well, he's trying to
You have
protect
to
the
roll a
kid.
dice.
I help Baron hold the man.
Okay, so you get advantage.
I mean, in the man's defense, some sewer people just came out with a feral kid.
17.
Obviously raped.
I side with him, honestly.
Yeah.
This rich-looking guy and this
That was with
shiny
advantage,
knight.
right?
Oh, I have advantage? Yes.
Okay. Even though he looks old and drunk, he's kind of got that old man strength, and he's wily and unpredictable. And he knocks. You're able to hold him down, but in the ensuing struggle, your backpack comes loose, and the wolf pups and the child spill out. And all four, the three wolf pups and the kid, they just bolt off in different directions. But you have him pinned down.
Good news.
We traded our 2 wolves and a child for an old man.
Max, after them.
I'm just gonna let him go.
Yes.
That's the dude. He'll be fine. You're a man now.
They'll learn to survive. Let's just like get
Call
in
yourself
that.
a prophet of Muhammad, a do-gooder? All right. I get my net and I go back down in the sewers. I'm done with all this shit. I tried so hard.
Done with this shit as you descend into the sewers.
He says, "Yeah, that's right. Run away, run away." And his voice fades as he's just talking shit.
Back and
I
kicks him.
flick him off.
Shut up.
All right, so do you both go back into the sewer now?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the way back, I want to be like, I thought you were always looking to do good deeds. Returning,
we did
giving
our
this
best.
child a life was a good deed.
Well, I mean,
Giving
they're
this
not
child
in
a
the
life
sewer
was
anymore.
a good deed. Thought I could trust you, Max.
We're going to find this child in the sewer later because that's all he knows.
Probably.
Anyways,
You guys are back in the sewer. Both of you,
hope you're happy now, Brian.
give me a survival check just to try to make your way back. Navigating this labyrinthine maze that is the sewers.
21.
11.
Okay. 21. Yeah. You make your way back. And you come up and you see a dark, matte, magical bubble where you left your party. On the inside, what have you guys been doing for the past hour?
Baiting.
I'm playing a Song of Rest.
Okay. All right.
I'm coddling my dire pup.
Okay.
I was just attuning to my the true sight patch.
All right.
I'm not gonna say mine.
Your magic or magic mechanical.
And
Yeah.
Flint's a scorpion, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I officially turned into a scorpion.
You said
I
it
told
at
our
the end of the last
viewers.
episode.
Viewers.
Yeah, our listeners.
All right, fine. I'm
They
a
might be watching
scorpion.
us.
I don't think we all fit in here anymore. I don't think you know how big a scorpion is.
Maybe you turn
All right, your
tiny,
short
right?
rest is coming into an end. And all of you guys inside the bubble do see the two Max and Baron approaching from the west.
Hooray!
All right, anyone who used any hit dice to heal up, you get an extra D6.
Sweet.
Shoot.
Did anybody do that?
No.
I didn't. I'll spend
Okay.
one
All right.
so I can get back to my max health.
All right. So, I mean, you guys are just outside the bubble.
I knock on
Yeah, I'll
the
use
bubble.
one as well.
Boom, boom, boom.
Let's pretend like we're not here.
I drop the opaqueness to where it's they can see through it.
Wong.
Can I do that? I feel like I can.
It requires a very delicate control of. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna start using that. Like, I make his head explode. I feel like I can do that.
I feel like that's a thing.
Don't tell me how to feel, Brian.
I asked them, how did delivering the child to safekeeping work?
This is from inside the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Max, how did it go?
It went kind of poorly, but they're free now.
That's all they wanted.
So you abandoned them?
We got in a tussle with an old man, and we dropped them, and they scattered.
You lost a fight to an old man? Why'd you beat up an old man?
We were trying not to hurt him, but he was attacking us because we came out of the sewers with a child, and it looked strange.
You know what? That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like he's right. Did you let BreAnne do the talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's your problem. All right. Well, I guess we can deal with that later. Do you guys need to rest up or anything before we move on?
I'm fine.
BreAnne.
All right.
Sweet.
Okay.
Howdy ho.
I was like, you guys ready to just move on?
Yeah.
All right. You're in an open chamber. It's got three passageways. One to the north, one to the west that you two came from, and then one to the south.
Is the one to the north the one that had the claw marks on it?
It is not. It's
Is
the one to the south. Yep.
Okay. I look at everyone. I'm like, follow me, brothers. I know the way.
I give the dire pup 1 more inch of centaur penis, and I pack him away.
Nice.
Passed him away?
Pack him away.
Pack him. Okay.
So there's a path north, south, and what?
West. All right. Did I say east?
West.
All right. That's where it was.
All right.
Sounds good.
We go south. Correct.
All right.
I stealth ahead of the group looking for traps as we go.
Okay.
Traps and claw marks.
You continue down and you don't find any traps, but you do find evidence of travel. You see smaller footprints, three-toed, almost lizard-like, but they all crisscross and they come in pairs. And they move all over, not just on the grounds, but you'll see it kind of like scaling the walls and different passageways. And as you look at the walls moving forward, you notice almost honeycomb-like recesses just all over, up above, below, near the waters, just everywhere on the side of the walls on this aqueduct, or in this aqueduct.
Can I do
message back to everyone to keep a lookout for lizard people on the ceiling?
So he's seeing that, nobody else?
I mean, as you guys continue forward, it's becoming more and more apparent.
Gotcha. Can I do like a nature check to see if these are, I mean, obviously they're unnatural, but can I
try to determine what kind of prints they are?
What kind of creature
Giant
or plant they are?
honeybees.
Yeah. Probably a scorpion.
There you go.
What do you want?
I feel like it's dire
Nature check.
an old dire wolf hive.
19.
19. Yeah, it's pretty easy to determine just based on just the details I was describing. You recognize them as kobold prints. Dozens and dozens of unique
And
kobold
dozens.
prints.
At
So
least
about
40. I charge right into
I throw caution to the wind.
knowing that there's only 12.
Gotcha.
I fucking hate kobolds.
Well, Grits is right, but they could be heavy in number.
If you had to estimate how many there would be.
Dozens, I would say.
Dozens, plural of dozens, multiple dozens. Dozens is?
Dozens is the plural of dozens. You are
Dozens.
correct.
So at least 24.
I think it's does I.
Least.
Does I? All right. So moving forward, not only do you notice the prints and stuff, but now you're starting to see evidence of like living
Kobolds?
just evidence of kobolds living in the area. You see some makeshift fires that have been patted out but some of the embers are still warm. And some, food just kind of tossed aside, kind of shoved over, blankets and cots, things like that. It definitely looks like this is where the home of this group of kobolds in this section of the sewer.
I wanna ask, is Grits with us? He's just ahead of you. You guys are in eyesight of him. I want to message and be like, Grits, this may not be the path.
Oh, this is the way, brother.
My confidence in you is shaken.
But why?
This definitely seems to be not the path.
Okay, then you tell me where to go. You go your way, I'll keep going this way. Have fun. And I keep going ahead.
And Grits disappears up ahead into the darkness.
All right.
Never to be seen again.
Sweet.
Giving
No.
Grits what little trust I have left in him, I move forward.
Grits, give me a survival check. Jesus Christ.
Natural 20.
No, roll again.
That's fine. You rolled it. Whatever.
I mean, do you want me to reroll the one I threw off the table?
I don't care. You already missed it. It happened.
I don't know where it's at.
Oh, man.
That's fine. As you guys begin to follow, you just get the unyielding sense that you're being watched. Every few seconds, especially you, Baron, you're hearing unnatural claw noises skittering through in the darkness and in the walls beyond that you can see on either side of the aqueduct. Grits, you lead forward following the claw marks and avoiding some of the makeshift pitfalls and things like that. But you have moved past what looked like the living area of the kobolds. It's a little quieter now. The water has died down in here. There's a lot less aquifers and aqueducts. And it's becoming to look a lot more earthy. And you find yourself in a carved tunnel of smooth rock on either side.
A grotto, you say?
Something like that. So, are you guys relatively close behind him, or?
I am as close as I can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take note. How close you are.
Well, I mean, as you move forward,
Yeah.
probably another 15 minutes of just moving through the.
I looked down and forgot that I'm riding shrimp. That's how close he is.
Well, I mean, you're out of the waters now. So, after about 15 minutes, the tunnel comes to a dead end in the passageway, and the cold rock face in front of you has no distinct markings or signs of age or disrepair or anything. Just come to a full dead end.
Okay. Can I do an Arcana check and see if there's anything magical about this wall?
Sure. Roll me an Arcana check.
Jesus, Trey.
13.
What? My spell cards. See if I can help. I can't.
Yes, the wall itself does seem very magical.
I message up to Grits and I'm like, hey, what do you see up there? Like, I'm just kind of coming up.
I messaged to everyone. It's like the wall here is some sort of, it's magic in nature. I don't know if there's anything else we can do. It's like I can I have a spell. I can just dispel it, but it'll be my last big spell of the day.
Let me see what kind of school of magic is present. I go up and I cast detect magic as a ritual, and I just put my hand on the wall.
Okay, so another 11 minutes.
Sure.
Okay, I mean as a ritual,
10 minutes.
Well, doesn't it add 10 minutes to the casting time?
Yeah, it's 10 minutes plus the casting time.
Okay.
Is the casting time 1 minute?
Yes.
I don't know.
For identify it is. For detect magic, I think it's...
That's fine. 10 minutes goes by. Okay. And yeah, you definitely detect the wall as being magical. And you find that it gives off the vibe of it has a twist, almost an arcane chord of transmutation and divination. No, not divination, enchantment.
Interesting.
Enchantment's a score, right? Yeah.
Sure.
All right, if you say so.
I mean, you're the DM. You can do whatever you want. I relay that information to the group.
I strike
just
it with my
cast-
anchor.
All right.
I cast a spell magic on it.
Before or after he strikes? I'll let you guys decide.
I'm moving away from the wall.
Nope, not yet.
Damn it.
I didn't know he was going to strike.
That's fine. You strike it.
I just look at Kime wide-eyed, as wide as my lenses
you know
go.
it's a solid hit. Like your swing is true, but it gets stopped. It doesn't get stopped like it hits a wall, but almost like a pure magical force just stops your anchor dead, absorbing all the
A
impact.
wall of force, you say?
I say, well, we've done all we can. Let's turn around.
He's like, let's do one more thing, and I cast a spell magic on it.
Okay. What level is the spell magic?
It is a 3rd level. It's like any spell, 3rd level or lower. The target ends for each spell 4th level or higher on the target and make an ability check using your spell casting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
All right, go ahead and roll that for me to end the effect.
We could try and present that ring to it and see if it reacts.
Ah, shit, that would have been a smart idea. 18.
All right. Yeah, as you cast Dispel Magic, the wall fades away and it reveals a massive white minotaur standing in the passageway. He's taken up the entire thing, and he's standing inches behind the wall. He's got fleshy bits just stripped away in favor of plates of metal, just kind of gruesomely bolted to his flesh.
Oh, God.
His left elbow down is a massive, just jagged blade instead of an arm. And the right arm holds up a spiked shield that's literally as tall as Elon is. And he says, "Who goes there?"
God damn. Hello. We are new. Is
New.
this what you're looking for? It's like, who has,
Present your token for entry or leave.
I was going to say, who has the ring? Can someone show him the ring?
Scorpion.
Scorpion has
Not a
the ring.
scorpion. I hold up my pinky and I diddle it in the air at him. And then I show him the ring on my index finger.
He says, "It must be the mark of a favorite house, along with proof of its procurement."
Oh. All right. Someone else's turn.
I pull out the finger
All right.
From where?
in my pocket.
Oh, all right. So you call your butt?
Your butt pocket.
Grits, I believe you have the letter, right?
Yes.
Well, present it.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's a
I
smart idea.
think to Baron, it's like that letter is not. We should not show that to him.
Does not, and I think back, I was like, does not the letter explain how we came across this ring?
It explains how the carnal horde set this up so that we can meet somebody and help take down. He's just looking at us, just staring at each other.
Shrimp. He's like, he says, "No, bring the mark forward, along with proof of its procurement."
This
And
thing?
He doesn't nod or anything, but he just
I
brings the mark forward.
give Shrimp the finger. And then I give him the actual finger.
I accept his finger.
So you have the ring on your finger and then the finger.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna chop your finger off.
He says he just holds his hand out.
All right.
Oh, dude, you gotta cut your finger off.
I do want to say that in the last episode, I did say it was on my pinky.
But now you say it's on your index finger.
Yeah, I know. That was for a joke. I put the finger in his hand, and then I try to remove the ring.
Yeah, it does not budge.
God damn it. All right. I will
slowly start pulling out my dagger.
sensing this. I say, hold on.
As you put the finger in his hand, he turns his hand aside and just lets it drop, and then holds his hand out.
All right. I'm going to polymorph into a... Not polymorph. I'm going to wild shape into... I don't know. Something non-threatening. Like a rabbit.
Okay.
And I choose to let my equipment fall from me.
Sure. All right. You shapeshift down into a rabbit, and all of your belongings, all of your equipment falls to the ground. The ring is not among that pile.
It's not among my equipment.
Nope.
Sure.
Yep.
You gotta cut your finger off, dude. Grit says that.
I whisper to Max, this is
Sorry.
what happens when you let Grits do the talking.
All right, fine. I turn back in. I cut my pinky off.
I look at
So you
Baron.
turn back into
whispered to
shrimp.
Max.
Yeah,
I don't.
I guess.
How many times have I been like, I do this? Like, did I hear that? Did I see that?
All right.
I guess so.
All right.
So he stands
but okay.
naked and cuts his
Yeah,
pinky off.
you
Do you
revert
pick
back
your
to normal
diet-
naked. This entire time, as you come back to normal naked, he doesn't flinch, doesn't budge, and then
He's
you
seen it all.
just cut it off with a knife, or how you doing this?
I guess so.
All right. Give me a Constitution save to not cry out like a little bitch.
All right.
Bitch
8.
roll.
Con save. Hang on.
Yeah.
You get a +3 because I'm near you.
Thank you. 11.
You whimper like a bitch.
You grit your teeth, and a small, very tiny, maybe inaudible whimper escapes your lips.
Yeah.
As you guys hear the crunch and the slash, and his finger comes right off. Blood squirts out a little bit, and you place the bloody finger on his hand.
Yep.
Okay.
I cast Cure Wounds on Shrimp.
Okay. He says access permitted, and then he stands aside, and he kind of he puts his back. He turns 90 degrees from you guys, puts his back to the wall, and just kind of like fades into the wall just a little bit, about halfway, and then solidifies.
That's pretty cool.
Get 11 HP back.
Thank you.
So the passageway ahead of you is open.
0 fingers back, though.
I move ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's healed over and it's healed up, but there is not but a lump there.
Thank God it wasn't a cock ring. And I moved forward.
I assume you put all your clothes back on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You take 10 damage.
All right. I take 0 damage then because he killed me for 11.
Okay.
It's -1 then.
All right.
Take +1.
Why are you always against us, Baron? Why do you hate us so much?
So you guys head in.
Yeah, as we walk in,
Head on in.
I'm like, you want to see how I knocked the magic right off that door?
Sure did, Kive. You so strong.
Thanks.
Okay. So you head
As we all
forward.
all that centaur dick you've been eating.
Probably.
You head forward, and the tunnel kind of it just moves forward probably another 10, 15 feet. Now we'll say 30 feet, and you find yourself just at a shoddy wooden door. It's got one handle in the middle of it.
Before we
It's a square door.
go in, I use one of the disguise orbs that I got from Zoodist, and I crush it. And I disguise myself as the tiefling, the same tiefling I was before
Okay.
when we did the burn job.
Okay. All right. What are you guys doing?
That's how Grits. I was wrong to doubt you.
Realizing
Yeah.
realizing what we're doing, I kind of clear my throat, whatever I have for a throat,
Mhm.
and start talking in a deeper voice
Okay.
as my disguise.
Gotcha.
Naturally.
I was like, before we go, I was like, does anyone else want to disguise up?
Can you give me a disguise of some sort?
I give him one of the orbs.
I would like to as well, please.
I give
many-
Elon an orb.
How many uses of the disguise kit do I have? I have a disguise kit.
Roll me a d20. How many times have you used it? Once?
Once.
All right.
The disguise orb
16.
cast
16?
It
Uh,
cast seeming on
You're
you.
good. It seems like you have a
For
lot more
8
supplies
Okay.
left in there.
I just look at
Use a
Grits
couple
and
more
I
times.
say, "Can you tell it's me?"
I give Kibe a disguise orb. And I'm out of disguise orbs. I was
Okay.
like, just crush that and think of something else you want to be.
Crab man.
A bigger crab.
I
Be a
grow
crab woman.
half an inch.
He just turns into a crab.
I turned into the same like goblin that I was previously.
Please use it to just grow half an inch.
I kind of want to. Yeah. half an inch. And I turn, I'm blue now.
Okay.
You know, like one of those lobsters that is blue.
Like
one
a
in
blue
million.
rock lobster? Is that what they're... Is it
Sure.
a blue lobster? I don't know.
Yeah, it was like, they're like 1 in a million. A lobster
Right.
will be blue.
Right.
So one in a million lobsters.
Yeah.
I try my best to make the exact same disguise that I had last time.
Okay. All right. Give me a, I don't know, deception check. Plus your proficiency. Because you have that kit.
You do have that kid. I was like, Baron, you want one?
You already said you were out.
Do you want
15.
one?
You do a pretty good job.
I was gonna hold on to it, but then I thought it's like, well, if everyone else is gonna be disguised, you need to be disguised.
I'll manage.
I mean, I got one.
Do you?
Yes.
What are you going to disguise? You told me, you literally said you were out.
Yeah.
He lied.
He's a liar.
Well, then, yes, I'll accept.
All right. I give you my last one.
For real?
I use mine to disguise myself as an elf.
Okay.
But what
Basically-
kind of elf?
Basically, my previous disguise.
Right.
I use mine to disguise myself as a minotaur
Okay.
with white fur.
Gotcha.
Albinotar.
So everyone has now
What furniture
gone
are they
through
named after?
costume check, and you're standing in front of this square wooden door with a metal handle in the middle of it in this dark, quiet, almost silent cave.
I open the door.
All right, as soon as you touch the door, you feel the warmth of magic as it just kind of passes through all of you, and the door in front of you just fades away and appears behind you. But up ahead, it opens up into a busy, bustling, cramped street. It's a complete sensory overload to go from silence to the smell of rank travelers and large animals holed up in the dark underground cavern. That smell mixes with the scent and aroma of exotic foods from different animals, different races, different foods in the air, and it's layered on top of the filth of so many people living in such close proximity. Your ears are immediately bombarded by arguing and talking and bartering in any number of languages from every direction, amplified by the close quarters of the grotto itself. The rocky cavern above is only about 30 feet high, and the street maybe a dozen people wide, but it stretches ahead for what seems like miles. The walls themselves are a mixture of stone and wood, and building faces, doors and house faces are carved out in favela-like fashion, just full of characters hanging out the windows, joining in the cacophony of noise. The air clings heavy to your skin, and it's heavy to breathe in as it carries the moisture and the warmth of so many in this small space. You have officially entered the grotto.
Hooray!
I breathe in deep. A smile comes across my face. It's like, feels like home.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
So we gotta go find Gogurt. What's his name?
Gorik.
I check over the letter and see if it gives any details of where we can find him at.
Unfortunately, it does not. It just says,
Damn it, DM.
find Grurk. I feel like I wrote it down, but can't find it. But I know I didn't write any details on it because at the time I didn't know any details on it. So, I'm 100% sure about that.
So mysterious, even the DM doesn't know. I was like, all right, guys, let's. Do you want to split up into teams and see if we can find it, or all travel as a group, or what do you guys want to do? I think this to everybody.
Sure.
We can split into pairs.
Could do that.
All right, who wants to pair
I
up?
feel like, a group of 6 people walking, down the street would probably not be very, not very wise. Though also don't really want to split the party up just in case we run into problems.
Do I recognize the people that are standing around me?
Nope. Not at a quick glance. They all look like complete strangers.
Kinda
With the
gasp.
exception of, Actually, no, you weren't there last time. So yeah, they all look like complete strangers. If it weren't for their close proximity between where the basically street ahead of you starts and where you guys just came in, then you probably could lose them in a crowd just because you don't recognize them.
Am I startled?
You tell me. You know, no. Here, give me a charisma check.
We could have split into 2 groups of 3.
3 groups of 2.
Yeah.
1 group of 6.
12.
6 groups of 1.
Mildly, but you're like, oh, it makes sense. We were just standing in that room together.
I got a gasp. And I'm like, yeah.
I think Tikibei's like, settle down, Kibei, we're just in disguise.
I look around for him, but I don't see him.
I'm just like, I do this, look over my finger circling my face, and it's like, I'm Grits.
I squint at him and then just take it as what it is. Whatever that means.
Excellent.
All right.
All right, so who wants to come with me?
Wow.
Very well then, and I'm off.
As you turn to walk away, a being from the crowd kind of notices you guys standing there silently looking at each other. And he hobbles over almost to greet you guys. He has a massive hunch and a face that leers like forward out of his hood. It's a furry gray snout with sharp canines that are shooting out from his maw. He's got cloaks.
Splinter?
He's got cloaks and rags that hide most of his furry face, except for one eye that kind of peeks out. It's green and red. And he exaggeratedly just kind of sniffs around. He's like, he says, welcome, new bloods. What might you be seeking?
Looking for a friend of ours.
Gogurt.
Your friend is named Gogurt?
No, I'm just looking for Gogurt. It's like yogurt.
We don't carry that brand here in the grotto.
Can I get some Sam's Choice yogurt tubes, please?
They only carry Costco brand.
He says, I'm sure you could have found plenty of that in Dragon's Maw, but here in the grotto, I feel there might be more interesting things you'd be looking for.
Looking for a buddy of mine named Gurk.
You see his one eye kind of like widen up and his whole body just like tense a little bit. Then he relaxes. He says, Gurk. He looks around. He's like, I see you have exquisite taste. I mean, I can take you to him, of course.
Of course. What's it going to cost me?
He looks around at all of you. He kind of hones in on you and gets uncomfortably close, and he's like sniffing on your neck and stuff. And he's like, not much. And he reaches up to touch you.
I don't let him touch me.
Then you just pull back.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can tell you where he is, or I can show you. Which would you rather have?
Just go ahead and show me. Just don't touch me.
Okay. All right. I understand. Your ear. And he licks his lips.
It's like, you want my ear?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
give him your ear.
Gauging his reaction, just about everybody here knows what this guy is, so we can ask somebody else.
Yeah, probably.
Like, which ear?
Does it matter?
The one that he was reaching for, you can tell he's got an eye for your left ear.
All right, so you want this left ear, and I point
No,
to my
no. That left ear.
I'll make sure it's like, so if I give you this left ear, you're good.
That's subjective, but I will show you to where Gurk is at. Do we have a deal?
No, man, I'm not giving you my ear.
Just trying to clarify.
And he addresses you, and he's like, the residents of the grotto don't quite take kindly to new bloods. And he winks at you with his one jittery eye, and he's like,
Are you winking or
I'll
blinking?
be your best friend. He's like, a little bit of both, I guess.
Oh, God. I am. Ugh. Is there some sort of like you take him to us, or you take him to take us to him, and we don't beat the shit out of you?
Is that a threat?
No, I mean it's an exchange. Like I will give you not getting the shit kicked out of you for taking us to him.
You know what? You're right. This was a bad idea. I'll just go. You guys fend for yourselves.
Get him. No one? Oh, fine. We're not looking to start a fight, but
he kind of like motions to walk away, but he doesn't really want to, and he keeps looking over at you, Grits.
We'll attack a random dog, but not this jackass. I was like, I just look at him like, no deal, homie, no deal. And I was like, we'll find somebody else. I'm not giving you my. I look at him again. I was like, I'm not giving you my ear.
He's like, well, what do you have in exchange then?
Gold, like a normal fucking person.
Your gold is no good here.
We saw some centaur penis.
The residents of the grotto barter for rarer, more valuable things.
I know
Centaur
eBay. Elon brings up a good point.
Wait, what did you say?
Do you have any more of that centaur penis?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Would you?
Sitting on 3 inches, baby.
Yeah.
Starting to get manageable.
Would you be interested in some centaur meat?
Ooh, centaur meat.
Not just centaur meats. Select cuts of centaur meats.
Prime choice, baby.
Finest tube steak.
The finest tube steak in all the land.
I've got 2 inches up for grabs.
2 whole inches.
It's about the size of an ear.
He says, what? I need at least 7.
I just say, you greedy motherfucker.
If you're not at least 7, no deal.
I walk away.
It's 7 inches
eBay,
around.
can you satisfy his needs?
I got 3 inches.
He says, fine. I can take you to him for 3. And a tooth. And he looks over at you, Chris.
I'm not. Why me?
Because you got a pretty mouth.
I don't know. It seems like he kind of sniffed everyone down at this point, but he keeps coming back to you. He likes your smell for some reason.
We're in the
Would the pelt of a wolf do anything?
Like Jeepers Creepers over here.
He's like, no, wolf pelts, that's not worth crap.
I'm confused by your currency.
Centaur penis and teeth.
Yeah.
That's fairly straightforward.
All right. You drive a hard bargain. I'll do it for the centaur dick
We didn't tell him it was dick.
and a drip of blood.
No.
Just 1 drop.
Yeah, there's something skeezy about you. I don't know what you're going to do with that blood. I've seen blood magic. At this point, Grits is like, hell no to whatever he wants. I was like, I can give you a bag of sharp sugar. I can give you some hash. I can give you some gold. I don't give you anything that doesn't have to do with my body. I can take a big dump for you.
Open up.
He says, I refuse.
What about a mammoth dump?
Sure. Why not turn into one of your animal companions and cut off a limb or 2?
Well, I feel like after what just happened to me, there's no playing around with getting out of losing limbs by turning into an animal. So
Chop his arm off, he has the arm.
I feel like I'm going to get stonewalled on that, so I don't think that's going to work.
I start feeling like any of my teeth are loose.
As an adult, no.
I mean, you've been in a couple of fights and stuff, and
We can get one out of you.
taking some damage. I don't know. Give me a D20.
This is an odd roll.
4.
4?
Roll for loose teeth.
You find a loose one, kind of wiggles just a little bit.
Is it in the front? Is like
No, it's towards the back.
Towards the
It's
back?
behind
Nice.
the canines, yeah.
This is,
Why don't you just give him some blood?
I don't know, man.
How bloody is my wolf pelt?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Pretty fresh?
yeah. Oh no, not fresh, but
I mean, it's still, there's still some like gelatin, like,
Sure.
like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Some
It's
goo?
been dried out for a little bit. It's been over an hour.
Don't you have
Yeah.
some blood just on your clothes from your finger slicing off?
No, you can't have any of my blood. Fuck that. I think to Grits, if you want to trick him into taking some of the blood off this wolf pelt as your blood, we can see what we can do. But I also feel like he probably knows his blood, which is the weirdest shit I've ever thought in my entire life.
You see like in the hood, he just twitches a little bit. He says, "I can hear you."
My thoughts?
You didn't say you were thinking to him.
Yeah, I did. I said I think to Grits. Play it back.
He says it anyways.
Whoa.
I look at him. I'm wiggling my loose tooth, and I'm thinking it over. It's like I think to everyone. It's like I really don't want this guy to have any
All right, look.
any body stuff of mine.
We'll give you the
Then
centaur
dismiss him
dick.
and we'll find someone else.
We'll give you the centaur dick, and you get to keep all your teeth.
I can give him some protein.
Give me an intimidation check.
All right. Shrimp. Give him a cup full. So I can give me.
Maybe.
It's getting weird.
15.
Grits is over here offering DNA.
15.
He wanted blood and a tooth.
He says, I thought we already learned threatening me doesn't do you any good here.
I look around and see how the other citizens look compared to this guy. Does he look like an average citizen, or does he look like a weirdo?
Can I insight check this guy?
Sure. Go ahead and roll. You look around. I mean, he looks pretty par for the course. It's really hard to establish a baseline with the population here. Because it's not just normal humanoid races that you've seen. There's like trolls walking around. There's an Etten just scratching his butt next to a sconce.
I thought you were about to say next to a tree.
And there's
not an ant. Never mind.
There's just like all kinds of different races and different garb and things like that. And it's very much like just this, I don't know, underground city that's a mishmash of people who are outcasts of Dragon's Maw. And Dragon's Maw is already pretty
Outcasty.
yeah.
It's the weirdest of the weird.
I think to the group and say, let's just find someone else to deal with. This
I concur
guy's-
with Max. There's no need for us
21.
to part
21.
with our body parts.
He seems pretty it's hard to get a read on him, but and he is creeping you out, just the way his demeanor is and everything. But he seems genuine in his mannerism. Like it doesn't
In his desire.
it
for
doesn't
ears.
seem deceitful. It's
He's
just different.
genuinely creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an honest creep. How about we give him, I think this. How about we give him the dick now and the tooth later?
Ask him if he has a layaway plan for
Half now, half later. Like here's some dick, and then
I'm with Max on this
And then
one.
breakfast later.
yeah.
I'm with Max on this one. Let's just find another citizen. This is the first man who approached us. We have done zero investigation into this area. Let's just drop
All right.
this guy and get out of here.
All right, let's start walking.
Yeah.
Shove
I
off, old
turn-
man.
I turn and I go to. I was like, give me 1 second and you can have some blood. I take a vial from my poisoner's kit
Mm-hmm.
and then I turn my back to him
Mm-hmm.
and I call Feifel out of my pack.
Okay.
And I take
Murder him.
I take a little drip of blood from Feifel and put it into the vial and then
Stab.
turn back to him and give him the vial of Feifel blood.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
He's about to see you stab a rat.
20. God damn it.
He says, it has to be fresh. And he just kind of stops and he's just like really close to you, as close as you're allowing him to be.
Oh, no. I'm out. I'll walk away. I think everyone's like, I'm done with this guy. No, I'm out.
Why are we not fighting him? We fight fucking everything.
I guess
We're all
'cause
pussing
just-
out.
We're just in like this huge underground area with like all kinds of seedy people. The Grotto's
Also,
full of
this
scum and villainy.
The only difference between this and what's up there is it's down here.
I'm gonna be honest, man. This dude's walking up blatantly asking for blood and teeth. I don't know what kind of magic he's gonna have. I don't want to fight it. I want to be done.
I take the centaur dick and I waft it under his nose and I say, "You could have had all this." And I stow it in my pack.
Should have offered him your puppy.
Hell no.
Give him some of your eggs.
I don't have the eggs. I just got the semen.
After you waft it in his face, he follows it with his nose and he's like, wait before you all leave. He says, all right, give me the dick.
I pull out my penis.
We did it, guys.
No, the centaur.
We've reached the epitome. We've reached the mountaintop.
Manhole and dicks. That's all we need. And all right, I say,
There's your episode title.
Yeah.
there you go.
Quote for
You just hand the whole thing over?
Actually, I snip off 2 inches and I you get the third when we get there. Third inch.
Ruined it.
He his eyes dart around. He's like doing, I don't know, dog math.
Dick math.
And he's like, fine, deal. Come on, follow me. And he snatches the 2 inches out of your hand. And he just starts
Snatch, you say?
stalking his way through the crowd. Just kind of not caring if you guys are falling behind, but he's just like walking through, pushing his way through.
I go to the back of the group and follow along, feeling #me too. That's what I feel like.
I just messaged Grits. Don't worry, Blue Keybay's got you back.
Thank you, Keybay.
Blue Bay?
Blue Bay, yeah.
All right. As you move through the crowd, you're met with all kinds of sights, smells, sounds. You move past an auction block where it looks like a large, inhumanly fat person is just holding a couple
Drumsticks.
creatures just by the chain, and he's obviously auctioning them off in a language. What languages do you guys all speak?
Elvish, Undercommon.
You know what? I'm sorry. It's Undercommon. I don't know. But yeah, he's definitely
Let's
just
list off all
auctioning.
6 of us.
Yeah.
I speak Undercommon.
Yeah.
I like to activate my helm of comprehend languages.
Okay. So yeah,
What is he auctioning off?
he's got tied to one single chain. There is a 6-legged panther-like creature. There's an elf. And then there's like a dark bronze / iron skinned dwarf. And then the fourth being is it's also a
Crab person.
no, not a crab.
Dude, if it was a crab woman,
All right, we're all pitching in.
We ain't going anywhere until we get that crab leg.
Like a mechanical robotic creature that's got like 6 arms / legs and looks like an upside down D4.
That's
he's
interesting.
just got them all chained up and he's just calling out, and you see people in the crowd, bidding on different ones.
do I see any really fat coin purses?
You do not. You look around and you apparently the knoll that encountered you that's leading you through the street, you kind of find he's telling the truth. You see people trading random objects. You see guys literally ripping off pieces of skin and giving them to each other. You see people like breathing into jars and then handing them to people. Like it's
we can
very
pay
much
with
a
that.
weird bartering system.
I gotta fart it into something.
That's
I want to get as close as I can to the panther creature.
Okay, you move
Does
that
it look
direction.
like-
the rest of the group is just keeps moving.
Yeah, that's
on.
cool. I'll find him. It's
Does it looks like my old mountain.
Oh yeah, it looks like a displacer beast.
All right, is that a beast?
No,
Displacer beasts aren't beasts?
nope.
Oh.
Suck it.
false advertising.
Strawberries aren't strawberries, man.
What?
Peanuts aren't peanuts.
Peanuts aren't peanuts.
Peanuts aren't nuts.
There you go. All right.
It's like, where's this going?
So the two of you have peeled off shrimp and grits?
Yeah, I
No.
guess.
No? Okay. So grits.
As soon as I know that there's not any gold to be had here, I don't care.
Yeah, you messed that one up.
did. Sometimes I'm stupid.
Wait, what did you say, Grit?
Sometimes. Oh, as soon as I see there's no gold to be pickpocketed, I stick close to Key Bay.
Okay, you catch back up with them. The rest of you, you guys notice Shrimp just kind of peel away and stick around the auction, I guess. Are you doing anything?
I guess as soon as I figure out that its place beast is not a beast, I start booking it back towards them.
All right. You catch back up.
Works.
Yeah, you guys walk for what feels like a good 40, 45 minutes moving through this place. But the population density of the street begins to dwindle just a little bit. And it's breathing room there's more breathing room to be had. There's a little more space to stretch your legs and arms, and not be rubbing up against people constantly. It's very much like reaching the end of, what's it called? I don't know. I'm busy straight.
The end of the road? Is that where you're trying to go?
Yeah.
I believe it's called a cul-de-sac.
No, it still continues on into the darkness. Like the cavern, it's just like one giant tall sliver that keeps going straight ahead. And
It's like Troll Market in Hellboy.
yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at when I was making this. In this less populated area, the creature stops and he says, here we are. And then he begins just walking away. And then he turns around and he says, wait. Give me the rest.
Forget. Well, since I'm all blue and I just did a sweet deal, I kind of feel all, hoity-toity. And so I pull the inch of penis out and I'm like, a pleasure doing penis with you, my good man. And I hand it to him.
All right, he snatches it out of your hand and he's just like, fucking new bloods, and he just walks off back into the crowd. And you find yourselves standing outside of a building. It's just a sliver of a building stuck between two others. It's only about 2 stories tall, and it's all black, like it's completely blacked out. The buildings next to it, which are pretty much carved into the rock themselves, at least have smatterings of paint or different colors and lights. This is just an all black building. It's almost impossible to see the door because the door itself too is just unmarked and black. And the only thing that gives it away is just moving ever so slightly. The light glints off the edges of the door just a little bit.
So it's painted all black as if to not draw attention, but it draws attention in the fact that it's all black.
No, you look at it, and just passing by, it looks like a gap between the two buildings.
Oh, it looks like
and it's not painted. It upon further inspection, it looks to be made of obsidian.
Interesting.
I knock on the door.
Solid knock. Nothing happens.
I open the door.
Door opens. And just inside is a hallway barely larger than the door itself. And it just continues deep on in there. But it is very, very dark.
As soon as I step in, I'm just glad to be away from Radigan or whatever he is.
She got his business card.
It had been printed on like skin.
Probably.
Does it have his information on it?
A leather business card would be nice.
No, it's not. It's not tanned and leathered yet. It's just floppy skin. He had it tattooed on a person, then flayed it right off.
I pull out my lantern and it's like, it's pretty dark in here.
I'll laugh.
You light your lantern, and as you step across the threshold of the door.
Wait, he went first.
All right, that's
I didn't
fine.
step in.
Okay.
And I don't go in.
All right. So you guys are just standing outside this open door.
I light a torch and walk in.
I'm definitely not going
I walk in
in.
behind.
I go, would you get out of the way?
I was not in your way.
You're standing in front of the door?
No, I was not.
Okay, sure.
You light a torch, and as you cross the threshold,
As he retcons away from the door.
No, I just said I pulled out a lantern. That was all I said.
as you step across the threshold of the door, the flame of your torch immediately dwindles to the minimum of its glow, and light doesn't go past, say, 3 to 5 feet. And it barely lights what's ahead of you.
Someone's got a dark bulb on in here.
It's a black light?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, like I said, it's barely wider than the door itself, so you guys are have to single file into this building. And as you make your way forward, you're immediately stopped by upon inspection, looks like a suit of armor facing to the left, and there's just barely enough room to squeeze around it. Especially for Kibe and Elon. You guys are having kind of difficult time. And right now, Shrimp is the only one in there.
I'm in there.
I follow behind Shrimp.
And I go.
It's going to have to be one of you, unless you guys are riding on each other's shoulders, because it is pretty tall.
How you said it's about wider than a door, so like what's the largest creature that could fit in this area?
Medium.
Medium. All right.
Right now, Kibe and Elon are struggling. They're pretty much almost touching the sides.
I asked him, do you want me to lead the way, or do you want to keep going, Shrimp?
Yeah, pretty much any light source you bring in here is immediately unnaturally dimmed, and it barely sheds light further than 5 feet.
So if Shrimp has a torch and I'm like more than 5 feet away from him, I just don't see him at all.
You can see.
Or is it just faint?
It's very, very faint.
Okay.
And for those with dark vision, it is very. It's still very dark in here. Your vision is still like cut in half.
So you can you see something that's lit up, but it doesn't illuminate around.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Kibe is still feeling pretty high and mighty from his business deal. So as I squeeze past the suit of armor, I shake its hand and say, "Chip, chop, chip."
I'm following behind Kibe.
All right.
I say, Kibe, take this. I hand him the torch. If you're going to lead the way.
Righto, good man.
Yeah, and you guys spend a few minutes.
To you.
You guys spend a good few minutes and a few very close moments trying to squeeze by each other to reorganize your line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mess with the suit armor. What anything happen? Start jiggling it?
You try to move stuff and it looks like everything's just like almost like an immovable rod. It's just stuck in its place.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't look like it's attached to anything.
Huh.
But it's just
What happened when I
standing
shook
there.
its hand?
No, you tried to shake it. I'm sorry. It didn't budge.
Oh.
All right.
I say, quite rude of you.
It's a firm grip.
I just squeeze past, like, behind Kibe.
I have more torches if you want to like combine our light together and kind of
Righto.
dimly illuminate this.
When you get Kibe a monocle stat.
Fancy
I feel
crap.
pretty good about myself. I am blue after all.
So what is our marching order currently?
Kibe, grits, shrimp.
I now have dual torches. What has that done for us?
Are you holding them together? How are you holding them? What are you doing with them?
Touching tips.
I'm doing like
Trying to land a plane.
yeah, trying to land a plane.
Not much. Not much. Whatever extra light they would have shed seems to be contained within a certain feet of you.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So,
It's Sally Forth.
all right. Who's in front?
I'm in front now.
Okay.
Kibe's in front.
All right.
I am second.
Kibe, you, all of you have a difficult time kind of squeezing through here, maneuvering through. You've now counted 4 sets of armor facing opposite directions that you have to walk through.
Are they alternating?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Up ahead, you see a mote of light, probably, I don't know, you think 40 to 50 feet.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Do you keep going? Or what are you doing?
So if I hold the torch up to the wall, I can see the wall.
Yeah, you can see the wall. But again, this is everything you've seen here, except the metal is like some form of black.
So the walls are metal.
When you touched the suit of armor, you recognize it being made out of the same metal that your anchor's made out of. It's that cold iron.
Cold iron.
The walls themselves and the floor that you've noticed is carved out of obsidian. So it's just it's a shiny black surface, but also seems to absorb the light.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Can
Can I use minor illusion to create a light and see if it does the same thing to my magic light?
Sure. Yeah, it does the exact same thing. You create it, and it's a very dimmed version of what you normally cast.
Huh, okay.
I take my anchor and just like slam it down on the floor and try to like crack the floor a little bit?
I would have chosen a wall, but okay.
Well, the wall's meant of steel, right?
Although I thought everything was
Or is
all
it
Obsidian.
The armor's made out of
Everything.
cold.
Oh, only the armor was made of steel.
Cold steel.
Cold
I hit
iron.
the floor.
All right. So what do you move forward? Is that what you said?
No, he's hitting the floor.
Oh, you hit the floor. Sorry.
You just keep walking, right?
You don't want to do that, do you?
You hit the floor, and it's very dense and very solid. Was it like a full swing?
Yeah, it was like I'm holding it as high as I can get it and then slamming it down like point first.
All right. Just point of curiosity. What'd you do with your torches?
I'm holding both of them in one hand and then I'm doing this motion.
All right, that's fine.
He does have his two tiny hands.
With one claw.
Oh yeah, sorry. Each of my tiny hands is holding a torch.
All right. For this purpose, they can hold a torch.
They can hold anything for like 3 seconds. And that's how long it took me.
All right.
That's how tiny hands work.
You
it up.
you bump the anchor against the floor and it bounces a little bit. It doesn't chip, but it definitely has a nice rebound. Like this is solid obsidian
Okay.
from what you can tell. And it echoes a little bit through. And you hear a voice call out. And it's very light, it's very feminine. It's just like that's not necessary. And it calls out, but it's like I said, it carries very lightly through the air.
I just say,
We all hear it, or just
Yeah, everybody hears it. It definitely feels like it's coming from up ahead.
I say, Kibe, maybe it's a crab woman.
I say, are you a crab woman?
How many teeth do you want?
Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not. Come forward, all of you.
Okay, and I come forward.
I also walk forward.
All right.
Moving along.
As you walk up, that little mote of light you see grows and grows, but it's actually a lot closer than you thought just because of the way light seems to act here. And you see an elf with silver hair. Cheeks are very tight and almost gaunt, pale skin, pale gray eyes, wearing all black as well. Really, the only thing you can see is their face, their hair, and the tops of their arms, because it looks like they're even wearing like elbow-length gloves. The only color you've seen in this entire building is a slight hint of pink lipstick on their lips.
I was about to say my collar. So that'd be hot. I immediately say, sorry about that. I thought I could break the floor.
I promise you can't.
Okay.
Challenge.
Try that again.
Does the room open up or is it
No.
still a hallway?
No, it's
She's
still a
just standing
hallway.
ahead of the hallway. So I'm
At the end of it, yeah.
just like, so I'm just like trying to pop up and like see where's the girl.
Whoever's standing in front of me, I try to climb them.
I don't let him.
All right, so you guys start wrestling.
Just let me up. Come on.
And then so they say, to whom do I owe the pleasure?
My name is Blue Bay. Are we still like doing the whole?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I think to the group. Are we letting these people know who we are? I guess they already know who we are. Well, I don't know.
They don't keep up the ruse.
Yeah.
All right, and they say,
Blue Bay.
well met, Blue Bay. My name is Gurk.
I honestly expected like a fat dude.
And I think we're going to have to call it right there, right? Is that what the time is? Okay, yeah.
That's all right. I'll give Blue Bay some time to think about what he's about to do.
So tonight, I think we do have some messages to read, or a message, and we have to do our drawing for the Shadow of the Demon Lord book, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Do you want to do the drawing first, or do you want to do the message first?
Let's do fan mail first.
Fan mail first. You have to keep waiting to see who wins the drawing.
Fan mail tonight is brought to you by Blue Bay. Got a message from Mike Mallersey.
You already screwed it up.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night, guys.
We'll try again.
Mallersey? Yeah, just call in real quick and tell me how you say your name. I'll wait. It says, hey, I just wanted to thank you guys for motivating me to set up and run my own adventure. I lost my eyesight in Afghanistan and didn't think that I could play this game, let alone DM. But after getting hooked on your show, I decided to take the plunge and we're a few months in, and things are going great. Y'all rock, and please keep up the amazing content. Shebe! Mike, that is an awesome story. We are glad to inspire you to play. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. First and foremost, man, thank you for your service. Too.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your service to our country.
Incredible.
Definitely. I'm proud of you for DMing, honestly.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah,
Pretty
man,
cool.
dude, keep it up. That's awesome. I'm honestly really touched that we could, be able to hear that story and be a part of it.
I'd love to hear updates too, just from your game. Just let us know how everything goes.
You should start a podcast.
Yeah.
No, we don't need the competition.
All right. Speaking of competition.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
How about that?
All right. Our winner for the Shadow of the Demon Lord giveaway drawing is...
I don't know if it's picking that up. Anyway.
Noah Price from Katy, Texas.
Woohoo! Go Texas!
Wait, Noah or Kate?
Noah, the price is right.
Noah or Katie.
Noah Price from Katy, Texas.
That's not a real
Woo,
place.
go Texas!
That's where they said they're from. That's where I'm mailing the books.
All right, so yeah, give us. Do we have their information? Or do they need to send it in?
We got the information, and I'll contact you. And do you want us to autograph it, or
We'll
leave
have
it
our
blank?
people get with your people.
Yeah. I'm our people.
All right, is there anything else, guys?
That's all for now, Captain. Do want to give a shout out for.
So it's not all.
That's not it. We got to thank our patrons.
Yeah, we do. Keep forgetting that.
Our unforgettable patrons. Thank you, guys.
Thank you to Tarken Davis. And thank you to... It's loading.
I mean,
Luke Wood.
That list was so long; it had to load.
I was like, I'm gonna screw it up. I can't.
it's okay. We're gonna fire Trey after tonight. It's fine.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Yes. Also, we have Luke Wood, one of our patrons. Is sorry, I know we're trying to end it, but one of our patrons, Luke Wood, has been kind enough to make us some bottle openers, and he's sending them to our new P.O. box. And if you want to send us anything, you can send that to that P.O. box as well. It's Bards Nobles, P.O. Box 381061, Birmingham, Alabama 35238. That's also going to be in the website and everything.
Yeah.
If you want to
Please
look at
note, I know that you really want to, but you cannot send beer through USPS.
Yeah.
Through USPS, you cannot do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But there may or may not be other venues. I don't know.
Not a lawyer.
Not a lawyer.
And will not represent you.
All right. Thank you for listening.
We do have one more thing.
All right.
I'm just going to stop.
Keep it going.
I'm just saying.
This is a show that never ends.
If you would like to join the ranks of our patrons, check out the episode description. There'll be a link to our Patreon page. We got some pretty cool rewards. Check it out. And thank you for listening.
One more thing. If you could do us a favor and share the show with a friend. Just tell them that this is the best podcast ever. And I mean, you don't have to lie to them, but just tell them to listen and
We
give
would
it a shot.
appreciate it.
And just, tell them whatever your favorite episode is and to give it a try.
Yeah.
One more thing.
One more thing.
Well, we stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Ah!